believe that there are life outside planet Earth? What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Absolutely. Well, our next speaker will tell us about. But first, I'd like to ask her, Evaluator, to tell us about his objectives. Yeah?
Do you introduce Oliver?
Yes.
Well, Oliver, Life on Titan. The purpose of this project is for you to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and then apply the feedback to a second speech. So the second time you give this speech, I'll be your same evaluator, and we'll see if you did your homework.
Okay.
Okay.
Our next speaker is a member of our executive committee. He's a very enthusiastic man. You will know if you are members of this club. He is going to talk. He likes infinite things, deep things, and he's very interested in science. He's going to talk us about life in Titan. Life in Titan, Oliver Mota. Life in Titan, Oliver Mota.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Can you listen there? Can you listen right? Okay, thank you. You know, we are in a planet. Would you help me? What's the name of this planet is?
Earth.
Earth, okay. How many planets are in our system? 8. Could you help me the name of the planets?
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and
Uranus. Neptune.
Now Pluto's a planetoid.
Oh, this is a little debate about, but we're not talking about Pluto at this time. We're going to talk about Titan. Do you know what is Titan? Oh, okay. I will help you. Titan is a moon. As we have here in the Earth, we have a moon. Saturn have a lot of months. How many moons do you think have Saturn?
72.
Well, I have another date.
Like 11.
Our president. Well, actually, I have my data about 62 moons. There are 62 moons in Saturn. Saturn, if you don't remember, is a planet who has some kind of rings. That's Saturn. Okay. Well, but do you believe that in Saturn is life? Well, actually, inside Saturn is not. But in a moon, yes. Its moon is called Titan. Titan is similar to our planet Earth because it has similitudes like ours. For example, they have an atmosphere, they have seas, they have lands, but that's all the similitudes with our planet. The difference is because the sea is not about water, it's about metal. And the bottom of the sea is not sand, it's ice, but ice at the rock. And do you imagine that the beaches are not from sand like ours? Is or are other elements. There are iron, there are methane, there is oxygen, and there is carbon. Imagine that kind of space or that kind of environment. It's not like our Earth, but why is that the element so strange in that planet? It's because of the temperature. There, the temperature is about minus 172 degrees Celsius. It's a lot of cold. But not everyone can live in that place. Imagine everything cold, everything is about freeze. Well, that kind of environment can help us to get life. Why is that? Well, NASA has a program and have a specific project to go to Titan in the next years. But they have an idea. But it's not similar to Mars. Do you remember when Mars used a kind of car that's named Pathfinder? Do you remember Pathfinder? Do you know where the moon goes and the little car walk? Well, in this case, we are going to use, or NASA is going to use another method. Because Titan has an atmosphere which is not like ours, but have the same structure. They can use a drone. Do you know what a drone is? Mm-hmm. What is a drone? Carlos.
A drone is an airplane, like an airplane that you can even order by Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth. I understand that it's a drone. That's just a drone.
Okay, well, that is the idea. They will use a kind of ship which flies, but flies not like the simplest drones we have here in the supermarket. They are going to use a very special drone. This drone is about 3 meters long and 1 meter high, and they will use 2 sets of propellers. Propellers are called as hélices. These are the propellers. This is the kind of model that we use in the NASA in order to know about the planet. What will they do? Well, they will do some kind of travel. They are not going to fly like here, we are standing by and see what's beautiful in the place. No. Because of this ship is larger. Imagine these 2 tables is about the time of the drone we will send to Titan. They will land and they will take samples of the floor and the water and the elements. But I said this is too freeze, too cold to be live in there. Well, actually, the main person who leads this project is a woman. She is Elizabeth Turtle. Yes, it's like this. This woman has the idea to use a drone, and she is leading these kind of experiments. They are sure they can find life because a meteorite or some kind of rock hit the Titan moon. And in that moment, it could melt the water. It could melt everything, and maybe that rock comes with some kind of element known here as amino acid. Amino acid is the tip or the best element to find life in every life being here in the planet. And if they found amino acid in that place, they are sure that it will be life in there. Well, and when is going to be happen? Well, in a few years is going to be this activity. It's going to be at 2024. So we are going to have the opportunity to see this. Well, I will end telling that one person gave me a big idea about this space. We have 50% to be sure there is life or it is not life, but one thing is sure, we're learning about it.
For illustrators about how we will find life in Titan. Helen, please come to speaker.
Oliver, it was awesome. I loved it. First, I have to tell you, I heard everything, and I understood everything you said. So, congratulations for that huge, what do you call it? Oh, you did great. You excelled at interacting with the audience. I noticed that you were shifting your gaze, making eye contact with different people. You used your gestures to illustrate a lot of the ideas. It was very helpful. Most of your gestures were very helpful. You may want to work on closing your hands a little tightly, but most of the time your hands were very helpful. You also excelled at wowing us with fascinating information, right? The first few minutes, we were like, oh, wow, that was super fascinating. You also may want to work on the pronunciation of key terms. When we speak in a different language in presentation, it's impossible to perfect all the words, but there are key terms that you can focus on. For example, how do you pronounce the names of the elements? That's really important to convey your ideas of whether or not there can be life on Titan, right? The presence of certain elements. Also, I would suggest using more visual aids and larger visual aids. Help us to imagine this hostile environment in outer space. To challenge yourself, I suggest finding a more dynamic way to get us excited about the new NASA exploration project. That is major. I felt like you started out really strong and totally had my attention, but I'm like a little kid. You gotta keep me entertained. I don't know about you guys. So towards the end, I was kind of having to concentrate. And the ending, the information about the new NASA project it has a lot of potential to really just grab us and finish your presentation strong. Also, I would say to challenge yourself for next time, close with a clearer idea. I wasn't exactly sure what you wanted to say in your closing. All in all, I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to part 2. Thank you.
Now, as you see, this is an example of a project that is evaluated once, and Oliver will present the same project or another one, but taking into account the recommendation that Helen just made to him. This next